Dear students, now we'll see experiment number 4 from C programming laboratory. The aim of this experiment is develop a program to find the reverse of a positive integer and check for palindrome or not. Display appropriate messages. So in your high schools or in colleges you might have studied what is meant by palindrome and all. What is palindrome? Palindrome means whenever you reverse a number, if you get the same number, so that number is called as a palindrome. The same thing is true for the words also. Okay, so the example number is like if you have 1221. So 1221, if you reverse this, you will get the same number, that is 1221. So that's why such numbers are called as palindrome. So in order to check whether the given number is palindrome or not, first you have to reverse that number. Okay, so that's why here you have to write a program to find the reverse of a positive integer. Okay, you have to consider only positive integer. You have to find first the reverse of a positive integer, and after that you have to check for palindrome or not. So checking palindrome is very simple if you know the reverse of a given number. So all the way you have to just compare whether the original number and reverse number are same or not. If both are same, the number is palindrome. If both are not same, the number is not palindrome. Okay. So before we'll see how exactly we can write a C program for this. So here I will explain one example. Okay, and after that we'll go for the C program. So here we have considered an example, an integer, a positive integer, that is 4568. Okay. So in order to reverse this number, how you reverse this number? If you are given with this number, that is 4568, if you are told to reverse this, how you reverse this? What are the steps you follow? Okay. So to reverse means you have to take each digit from this number in the reverse direction and that you write in the forward direction. Means here in this example, that is 4568, if you want to reverse this, first you have to take 8. First you have to write 8. After 8 you have to write 6. After 6 you have to write 5, and after 5 you have to write 4. So if you reverse this number 4568, the reverse number will become 8654. Okay. So logically doing this is very simple, but how you can write a program to do this? So for that again you have to write some logical code. So in your C language we have two very important arithmetic operators, that is modulo operator, that is denoted by percentage symbol, and the division operator, that is denoted by the slash symbol. So already you know the outcome or the use of this. Already you have written a calculator program, and in that program you have used both these operators. Okay, and here already we know that whenever you use the modulo operator, okay, so the given number, the number will be divided by another number, and here whatever the remainder you get, so that remainder will be returned whenever we use the modulo operator. Okay, whereas whenever you perform the division operation by the slash, okay, so whatever the result you get, so that will be displayed. Okay, so here in this example, that is 4568, so in order to reverse this number, what I told you, so first you have to take the last digit, so this should be written first. So after this you have to write next to last digit, that is after writing 8, after 8 you have to write 6, after 6 you have to write 5, and after 5 you have to write 4. Okay, so let us see how this can be done in C. So for that already the code is written, the logical code. So I have taken one simple example here. Okay, so along with the code I will discuss this example in parallel. Okay, so that it will be very clear for you. So here for this program, so the aim of this program is develop a program to find the reverse of a positive integer and check for palindrome or not. Display appropriate messages. Okay, so here you have to write a program to find the reverse of a positive integer and check for palindrome or not. You have to display the appropriate messages. Okay, so the aim already we saw. So here at the beginning first you have to include the header file hash include stdio.h in your program. So after this we have the main function here, so void main. So after this here we have the declaration of these variables. So here we need these variables, that is int num, to store the number, integer number to be reversed. After that we take one more variable rem that represents the remainder. So after that reb, it's a reverse number which is initialized to 0. So in this variable we store the reversed number and we take one temporary variable, it is temp. So initially in order to reverse a number we have to read the number first. So for that we have this printf statement. So printf enter an integer number. So this message is displayed on the screen. So when this message is displayed, the user is going to enter an integer number and that we have to read in this variable num. So for that we write scanf %d ampersand num. Okay. So now we have read the number into the number to be reversed in the variable num. Okay. So after that, before we actually perform the reversing operation, so what we do is we take a copy of the original number into some temporary variable, that is temp. Why? Because whenever you reverse the number, you will be changing the digits of that number. But at the end, to check whether the number is palindrome or not, we need to have the reverse number also, the original number and reverse number with us. So that's why here before you start the actual operation, so we'll take a copy of the original number into some temporary variable, that is temp. So it is temp equal to num. The original number num is stored into the variable temp. Okay. So after that here, as per the problem statement, we have to consider only the positive integer. So that's why here we have to check whether the user have entered positive integer or not. If he has not entered the positive integer, you should not perform any operation. So that's why here we have the if statement to check whether the given number is positive or not. Okay. So for that here the if condition is if num less than 0. If num less than 0 means it is negative. Okay. So if num value is negative, we'll simply display the message as invalid integer. If you want, you can display the message as negative integer, no problem. Okay. So here we'll simply display this and we don't do anything. Okay. So that's why here in the if statement, that is if num is less than 0, it will display only this message, that is invalid integer. Okay. So after this, in the else part, else means if this condition is false, then only this will be executed. Means if num is not less than 0, means if num is positive integer, then only this else part will be executed. So that's why the actual code to reverse the number and to check for palindrome is present in this else block. Okay. So you can clearly see the else block starts here and it ends here. So okay. After this else, we have the end of your program only. Okay. So that's why this entire heart of the code is present in the else block. This is not present in the if block. Okay. So in the else block, again we have to now reverse the number. So for that the logic is, so we have to use a while loop here, because these lines are to be executed repeatedly until the value of num becomes equal to 0. Okay. So what is num? Num is the original number, the integer number which you want to reverse. Okay. And here, as you can see, the number, this while loop is going to continue to execution until the value of num becomes 0. So that's why when this num becomes 0, we will not be having any original number to compare whether it is palindrome or not. So that's why we have kept a copy of original number in the variable temp. Okay. So now we'll try to understand these lines along with our example. Okay. So here we have taken an example that is 4, 5, 6, 8. So as per our program, it is present in the variable num. Okay. So after this, what we have to do? So first we have already we saw this. First, in order to reverse this, you have to extract the last digit and that should be added to the reverse number. Okay. So for that here, as you can see, as you can see, this lines will be executed until the value of num is greater than 0. When this condition becomes false, this the while loop stops execution. Okay. So here the first line is rem equal to num mod 10. Okay. So num mod 10. So as I told you, here in your C program, so we have this one, that is these two operators, that is modulo and slash, that is division. Modulo will give you the remainder only. Okay. So when you write num mod 10, you can see what is num here. Num is 4, 5, 6, 8 mod 10. So what it will give you? 4, 5, 6, 8 mod 10. It will give you the remainder. Okay. If you divide this 4, 5, 6, 8 by 10, you will get the answer as 4, 5, 6. Okay. And the remainder is 8. So that's why this will directly give you 8. Okay. So time being, we store this value of 8 in some variable, that is rem. Okay. It is stored in which variable? Rem. Okay. So after this, the next step is what we have to do? We have to add this number to the reverse number. So for that, so actually for this example and here I have one line interchanged. So do one thing in order to avoid the confusion. So I will place it in actual position only. Okay. So here now you have to add that number to the reverse number. So for that we have this line, that is reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus remainder. Okay. So here you can see reverse is already equal to 0. So initially the value of reverse is 0. So here what we will write is, okay, so I will write it here. So what is the line there? Reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus remainder. Okay. Wait. So here reverse, the value of reverse is already 0. I will replace that. Okay. So it is plus. So it is 0 into 10 plus, what is the value of remainder here? Remainder is 8. Okay. So I will replace this rem with 8. So what you will get? 0 into 10, it is 0 plus 8, 8. So 8 you will get. So that's what I have written here directly. So this is how you can add the digit to the reverse number. So in which variable this is stored? This is stored in the variable reb. Understood? Okay. So this is the second line. So after this third line, so for the next time, see from this original number, when you add this number, when you take 8 from this number and when you add this to the reverse number, so you have to consider only 4, 5, 6 for the next iteration, isn't it? So that's why when you extract the last digit, you have to remove that last digit from the given number. So to remove the last digit, we have this one, that is num equal to num divided by 10. Okay. So what is num? Num is 4, 5, 6, 8 divided by 10. How much you will get? You will get 4, 5, 6. Understood? Okay. So the value of num will become now 4, 5, 6. Understood? So after this is a while loop. So again the control will come back here. It will check this condition while num is greater than 0. What is the value of num now? Num is 4, 5, 6. This is greater than 0. The condition is true. So once again it will execute these lines. Okay. So here now again the same lines are executed. I have shown clearly here. So again remainder equal to num mod 10. Okay. So remainder equal to, what is the value of num for this? So the latest value of num is 4, 5, 6. So it is 4, 5, 6 mod 10. So it will give you the remainder, that is 6. Okay. So the remainder is contained 6 now. Okay. So after this, again I will just interchange this line. Okay. So after this we have this line, that is reverse equal to reverse into 10 plus remainder. This time I have written clearly. So what is the value of reverse? So you have not updated any value of reverse here. So the previous value of reverse is 8. Okay. So it is reverse equal to reverse into 10. So what is the value of reverse? Reverse is 8. 8 into 10 plus remainder. Remainder is 6. So it is 8 into 10 plus 6. 8 into 10, 80 plus 6, it is 86. Okay. So the variable reb contains now 86. Okay. So after this again you have to, once you consider 6 from the given number, out of this 456, when you take 6, when you extract 6, you have to remove this number from the given number so that it will not be considered for the next iteration. So that's why to remove that, again we have the same line, that is num equal to num divided by 10. So 456 divided by 10, it will be 45 now. Understood? Okay. So the latest value of num is 45 now. So once again the while loop is completed, it will come back to this while loop again. It will check this condition whether num is greater than 0. So num is 45 now. 45 greater than 0, the condition is true. So once again it will start executing these lines. Okay, so that I have in the next slide. See here. So again the num is 45 now. So again it will do this 45 mod 10. So 45 mod 10, the last remainder is 5. Okay, so this is stored in the variable rem. So after that again I will interchange this line. Will interchange this also. Okay, so see here the remainder is 5. So after that rev equal to rev into 10 plus remainder. Okay, so what is the value of rev? So you consider in you go back to previous slide. So rev is 86. Okay, so rev equal to rev into 10. So rev is 86, reverse into 10 plus what is the remainder? Remainder is 5. So 86 into 10 plus 5. 86 into 10 it is 860 plus 5 it becomes 865. Okay, so this will be stored in the variable rev now. Okay, it is rev. So after this again you have to, once you consider the last digit, you have to remove that from the original number. So for that again we have num equal to num divided by 10. So num was 45. So 45 divided by 10 you will get 4. So now the value of num becomes 4. Okay. So after this again the control will come back here. The while loop again the condition is tested. So num is 4 now. So 4 greater than 0, the condition is true. So once again these lines are executed. Okay. So again the same lines are executed, but the value of num is 4 now. Okay. So initially remainder equal to num mod 10. So num is 4 here. So 4 mod 10. How much you will get? So you will get 4 mod 10. It is 4. Okay. 4 mod 10 is 4. So this is present in the variable rem. So after this the second line rev equal to rev into 10 plus remainder. The value of rev is 865. So it is 865 into 10 plus remainder is 4. So 865 into 10 it is 8650 plus 4 it becomes 8654. So this is stored in the variable rev. Okay. So after this next one is again you have to remove that digit from the given number. So for that we have num equal to num by 10. So num is 4 here. So 4 divided by 10 you will get 0. Okay. So as a result the value of num will become 0 here. Okay. So after this again the control will come back here. It will check this condition. So num is 0. 0 greater than 0, the condition is false. Okay. So when this condition becomes false, it will stop executing this particular while loop and it will start executing the lines that are after the while loop. Understood? So in this way you can reverse the given integer number and you can check whether the given number is palindrome or not. Okay. So as I told you, here we have taken the variable rev. It is to store the reversed number, and here you can see the latest value of rev is 8654. This is the reverse of 4568. Okay, original number is 4568 and the reverse is 8654. Okay, so here you can display the original number, reverse number, and after that you have to check whether it is palindrome or not. So to check whether it is palindrome or not, original number and reverse number should be same. So in our example these are not same. So that's why the given number, whatever the example we have taken, it is not palindrome. Okay. So now come back to our program. So after this we'll simply display the original number and reverse number. So printf original number is %d. It is present in temp because here we have taken a copy of original number in temp, because in place of temp if you display the value of num it will display 0, remember. Okay. So after this you have to display the reverse number also. So the reverse number is equal to %d. It is present in the variable rev. Okay. So now we have to check whether the given number is palindrome or not. So for that we have this if statement. So if temp is equal to rev. So it will check, it will compare temp and rev. If both are same, it will display the message as the number is palindrome, else the number is not palindrome. Okay. So very simple program. Hope all of you understood this program. Okay. So in this way you can write a C program to reverse the given number in and to check whether it is palindrome or not. Okay. Now let us execute this program. So first I have to compile this. It takes some time. So after that let us run this program. Okay. So it is initially asking an integer number. Okay. So I will enter the integer number as what example you have taken. It was 4568. No. Okay. We'll take the same one. 4568. Okay. The given number is 4568. What is the reverse of this? Let us see. So it will displaying first the original number is as it is 4568. So after that it will display reverse number is 8654. Okay. So you just compare this one and whatever the value we got 8654. Correct? No? Okay. And here clearly these two are not same. So that's why the number is not palindrome. Okay. That's all. So in this way you can write the program. So let us run this once again. We'll take one palindrome number now. Okay. So what number shall I take? 2558. Okay. See. Okay. 2558 is also not palindrome. The number is not palindrome because 2558. If you reverse this, it becomes 8552. Both are not same. This is also not palindrome. We'll take on palindrome now. Okay. So palindrome what I will take is 25852. Okay. See now 25852. If you reverse this, you will get the same number 25852. So that's why the message is the number is palindrome. Okay. So in this way you can write a program. Hope all of you understood this program. But still, if you have not understood or if you have any confusion, please feel free to discuss with me in order to clarify your doubts. Thank you.